I think in 2018. Everything was set, all systems set, but I could not because the priorities were different, because he was growing, he had to go out, he has his own ambitions. But I was still, working on my own pace, right? At my own pace. But then what happened? There came a point where I was like, before COVID, just 1 month, 2 minutes, 2 months before that, I was like, I want to create money because I need money for them, right? So I want to create. The whole focus was creating money. Nothing happened. When we joined Quantum, we realized, oh my God, what exactly we were doing. It changed the entire thing.
I do not have any kind of a struggle story. I was just playing Fortnite and I was bored of it and I just started it. So I started with that and I realized, what Sid was doing, it felt like a game to me. When I was, watching him in a webinar, and at the end of a 90-minute thing, he made like 10 lakhs and I was like, this is a nice game to play. Because, Fortnite is very, very boring. More than a journey of struggling, it has been more than a journey of discovery, I would say. It has all been, realizations going on, and impact has been created. In the last 18 months, we hit around 4.5 crores. So that's the numbers we have got.
Our fourth speaker is him and her. Let's bring on Aditya Sharma and Sonia Sharma. Go for it. What would you like to share?
Thank you so much. It's just an honor, being here. I always say this because it's my first, actually, this is my first mastermind ever that I'm attending. And it's the first person, who came into my life and showed me the path. So I'm really, really honored to be here. I really wish I had, we had, a rags to riches story, but we actually don't have. And, to be honest, before, I even go on to that, I really need to, share with you, like, what do we guys do? Because not many of you know. We are into the tarot reading, it's a hybrid kind of a model. So, she is the face, I am the, the back-end face, if you can say that. So we started with this, the thing that we do is we are on a mission to help, 1 million women become self-reliant with the power of tarot cards and, bring tarot into the mainstream. So that's what her, thing is. I'm saying this because I've been, writing it, all day. So that's why I'm saying it. So, the reason I got into it, for me, being a 19-year-old, because I started it when I was 19 years old, and for me to, at that point of time, to me, to go into tarot kind of a thing, it was simply because, I was learning from SIDS. I started with that. And the moment I was learning, I started, just like I said, I do not have any kind of a struggle story. I was just playing Fortnite and I was bored of it and I just started it. So I started with that and I realized, what Sid was doing, it felt like a game to me. When I was, watching him in a webinar, and at the end of a 90-minute thing, he made like 10 lakhs and I was like, this is a nice game to play. Because, Fortnite is very, very boring. And when we started with that, I went on, just following everything what he was doing. And when the first video that I watched of Sid, it really felt like a game. Because whatever you're saying, do this, okay, I'll do that. This is a nice game to play. You're also getting money out of it. So I was doing that. And everything I followed, just to, quick it up, I followed everything and I got my first 100 students in my community. All of them were less than 19-year-olds, all of them. So it was a great thing for me. They paid around 4,000 rupees and, it was a wonderful feeling for me to nurture people, like me, and I was really, really happy doing that. But there's a bigger realization that I got from that, place that I would really want to share that with you. Because I was doing it, as like a game, like I said. I was not following any such concepts. I was just listening to it, do, and all the tactics that I was doing. I was following the webinar selling formula and getting the conversions. 100 students got into my community. But, there's a bigger thing that I realized there, in terms of impact. Because I never realized this. I only knew this in the theory part. But that's where I realized this. I got the students and they were doing the things and, I realized they were really not moving forward because, I was telling them to, make courses and they were like, what do I make a course on? So, and they were sending me, stuff like that. And I was really, I really went deep into that what we are doing as a 19-year-old, I think we need to solve problems for people. That's where I realized, this is a completely different thing that I'm doing. Though I have the students, but it was not making an impact. So I went into the learning mode again. I wanted to solve a bigger problem in the world, and I really wanted to make an impact, because it was not just about selling a 4,000 rupee course. It was actually to create something like what that guy was doing. It was really, I could see that. That's where I realized, I have somebody at my home who actually knows what what problem she is solving, and she was doing that, on the offline world. And then I realized, okay, I have an entrepreneur at home, let's use her. So I just started, so I just told her, okay, record a video, record this, do this. So I was just like, being very strict to her. You record this in that way. If you don't speak these words, I'm not going to do it with you. So it was that way. I was very, very hard on her, and, it was like I was teaching her. It was, amazing feeling, if I would tell you, because, because when I was studying and, I wanted to leave the college, and, whenever she used to say, you do your English assignment, I say, go, you record 3 ads for the webinars. So it was a wonderful feeling that time. And, from the, the emotional side, I would say, although I say it in a very fun way that, I left college, but it was, I would say for me, it was just like a game. For her, it was a really emotional moment, Even now, if somebody comes in the home and, I have to say, what do I do? And she said, okay, what do I write in the, the college thing? So she really feels, sometimes, it's in the back of the mind, but there is a feeling. But that's where the second realization that I want to share with you is, when you take that uncertain, risk, it is never, you never come into that point that, it's, you don't have the clarity in your life ever. I don't think that we do, based on my experience. So it's better to take risks and do what you really, really love doing, and that is what I love doing. So the 2 things I wanted to do. I wanted to play a game and, play a bigger role, and that's where I, got into it. So I would say for us, it has not more than a journey of struggling, it has been more than a journey of discovery, I would say. It has all been, realizations going on, and impact has been created. And I would love Mom to share on what kind of things she's doing, with the women audience, which I am noticing, as the, the frontier of the movie. I'm just watching the movie and she's doing all the things. I really want her to share with you, the numbers. If I talk about the numbers, in the last 18 months, we hit around 4.5 crores. So that's the numbers we have got. And more than the numbers, also, in terms of quantum impact, I would say, we were doing really good in terms of, webinars and conversions. The quantum shift happened just after joining Quantum. I realized I was chasing a goal, 1 CR a month by not having, things right. I was trying to, chase a fish by not having the foundation. Like, I don't know how to say it. Yeah. So I was not doing it correctly. I would just like to say that. So the quantum shift happened, and I would just like to state this, because all of you, we all love data. With 3 emails, we had 45 lakhs, with just 3 single emails that we, blasted out to our community. That's where I realized that this game is a bigger game. It's not just about, the freedom is there. You just need to, work it out in that way. With 3 emails, based on the one-to-one I had with SIDS, he said us that, everybody's chasing the formula, the method. It is all about the solid product that you created. We created an awesome product that, more than 200 people joined from the community. And we did it just through 3 emails that I sent to the, the community. And it was an awesome feeling. That is when I realized the true power of freedom, what the quantum, really, showed us. And I would just, give it to Mom, because, she would love to share that with you.
All right, so hi everyone. Okay, before I start, I really want to know how many of you know what tarot is? Just raise your hand. Okay, so what do you know about tarot? One person. That person? You said, yeah? Okay. No, next to you. Yeah, you said, you raise your hand, no? What do you know about tarot? And? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Very nice. Exactly. This is what people think, that it is some kind of hocus pocus thing, or, some kind of hoodoo kind of thing, that there will be one girl who will be sitting with the crystal and who will be telling you about your future. It is all wrong, it is all nonsense, and this is what I'm trying to tell people, right? Come out of that mode. Don't depend on anybody else. you really need to listen to your heart. And this is a new thing which I have, which I'm working on, helping people understand how they can bring, tarot in the mainstream, working daily, on their goals. Yeah, because I am actually integrating both intuition and intellect. So this is what we need to do. If we really want to reach our goals, whatever we want to create, we can only create that if we have a proper blend of that. So the struggle was really hard right from the beginning, because people who used to come to me, they used to think that, they are going to create magic, they will get to know about future, they will get everything what they want. And I had to bring them, to the, bolte na ki scratch se. Believe in yourself, right? The magic is here, not outside. So this is how, I started. And honestly speaking, I'm really happy because, that he came back, thanks to Sid. Because, before that, it was it was a complete, I joined Sid, I think in 2018. Everything was set, all systems set, but, I could not because the priorities were different, because he was growing, he had to go out, he has his own ambitions. But I was still, working on my own pace, right, at my own pace. But then what happened? There came a point where I was like, before COVID, just 1 month, 2 minutes, 2 months before that, I was like, I want to create money because I need money for them, right? So I want to create. The whole focus was creating money. Nothing happened. And the moment, COVID happened, when people just started coming to me, especially women, and the kind of things they shared, right, that the emotional, violence, domestic violence, frustration of men folks, and how they were, taking all on the women, that, they have no money, no jobs, and this kind of fighting happening, and I was there to empower those women, right, that, see, I know it's going to change. Right? But you have to empower yourself as well as other. But first work on yourself. If you are not empowered, because how many of you believe, men folks here, that women, they are the backbone? Yes? Because without you, without them, you know that how many times they have supported you. Yeah? So this is what I do. I empower them through tarot, not only teach them what tarot is, but, listening to themselves and, empowering themselves. So 3 things what we are coming back to, because we are getting short of, okay, time up, we can see that. All right, so 3 learnings, Aditya will start and then I'll end, right?
Yeah, I would just quickly summarize it. And the first thing, is to solve a bigger problem. It's not just about, doing courses. This is something that I've realized on the hard way, doing things. But yeah, solve a bigger problem that really creates an impact. And the second, tipping point on a journey is, when we were, doing the things, just like I said, when you're into the game, when you're into the skin, your skin is into the game, you don't realize that, it's not numbers on the spreadsheet, they're real people who are, it's all about the trust factor which is there. All of us are here because of that trust factor in SIDS. We don't realize it when we were skin in the game. We're doing webinars and looking at the numbers. That's a bigger realization, because when I was doing, we were on that 5 lakhs level, I was just looking at everything like a conversion. 100 people, 20 should buy. If it not buying, don't do the webinar. So it was like that. So that's where the shift happened. I and me and mom, we stopped looking at, people like numbers. That's the second shift that happened. And the third shift happened is, have that freedom element in you, because, it's all about, having fun. It's not about, working all day, all night. It's about, creating freedom and creating impact. That's it. I do not have any new stories to share with you. Thank you so much.
All right, so I will also tell about 3 key learnings, The first thing is that when the whole focus was on me, right, creating money, nothing happened. The moment the focus shifted on what these people, they want, how can I help them? Entire thing changed. I really don't know how things happen. People, everything started coming, all the resources, right people, they started coming to me. Yeah, I don't have to search for them. Second thing was that when we joined Quantum, we realized, oh my God, what exactly we were doing. It changed the entire thing. Like, I always, wanted to have a stable business, a security kind of thing, and a right kind of, which I can take on for next 10 years or 15 years and have, create a legacy. So, this gave me the realization that, we really need to set the right kind of foundation. Before that, it was money coming in, enjoy it, jab tak chalta hai, chalo, enjoy, right? But that moment, we changed the whole thing and we set a right kind of, journey for our our people. And that's where the magic happened. And I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Sid, for creating Quantum, because without this, I think सब कुछ शायद वापस आ जाते हम लोग सोचते कि अरे enjoy कर लिया बस काफी है. And I think that's it. And thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's give it up for Aditya and Sonia Sharma. Standing ovation for them. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aditya. Amazing. Yes, thank you, thank you. Once more round of applause for both of them. Yes. Let's give them that energy. Please take your seats. So I still remember the day Sonia messages me on Telegram. I remember that day very clearly, saying that Sid, Aditya is in Canada, yeah, and I have to make a decision. He wants to come back. He wants to, leave the college and come back halfway. And what should I do? That was the question. I just told her, if his heart is here, just let him go with what he really wants to do. Everything else will fall into place. And I'm so glad this is a proof of, okay, whatever, that decision that you made has really worked. So once again, round of applause. Thank you for having the courage to allow him to do what he wants to do. Amazing, amazing.